It is Preakness Day here in Baltimore as the racing world turns its attention to the middle jewel of the Triple Crown. And we do have complete team coverage today. We have 11 News reporter Tommy Clark, who is hanging out at the stakes barn today. Taylor is tracking our race day forecast, but we're going to begin with Ava Marie, head live out to Pimlico with a first look at conditions there. And Ava, it's already muggy.
It is. I mean, my house was cool overnight because I had the AC on, and I stepped out and I said, wow. I said, wow. And therefore it's only going to get hotter as the day goes on. Now, right now, though, is a peaceful time of day. If you typically go for a workout on a weekend, now would be the time. The sun is coming up. It is absolutely stunning right now here at Pimlico, but I see a lot of blue, and that means a lot of sun that's going to be coming in through the day. So some practical tips if you're outside today. You got to get in the habit of wearing the sunscreen once again, because not only does it protect your skin, prevent aging and cancer, but it actually keeps you cooler, because a sunburn then will actually heat up your skin. So if you can prevent sunburn, it's going to keep you a little cooler today. And that's why it's great that today hats are in fashion for men and for women, because that's going to do a great job in providing your own shade. So maybe a bigger brimmed hat might be a good choice for today. If not, you're going to want all the sunscreen. Hydrate early. It's not just during the heat, but actually earlier to get your body set. And beautiful horses going behind us. We heard that every horse on the track this morning will actually be running in the Preakness events today. So let's head back to Taylor Grenda in the studio and think practical today. I know it's all about the fashion, but practical fashion will be your friend.
Yeah, exactly. I really want to know, how do I prevent the sweat? That's going to be the hardest part, right? For everyone as well.
Flight out of BWI, no trouble around the airport. Maryland 100 and the BW Parkway are running on time. That's the latest on your drive. I'll send it back to you.
Back here, Philip. Well, listen, we're all getting excited, stargazing, I guess sun gazing this morning as it comes to the weather out here. It's a beautiful start.
I know.
And you have to be ready with the outfit. And there's somebody who is ready.
Wait for this.
She
is matching the sunrise right now.
Right.
Let's head to Miss Sunrise herself.
Let's go there now before we miss this whole thing.
You guys, thank you for admiring this outfit, but it is all made possible by Christine Moore from Chem Hats Millinery, and she is providing some of our hats for us. They're on loan, so we have to send them back, but we'll enjoy them while we have them. And the sunrise, I don't think I've ever seen a more beautiful sunrise on Black-Eyed Susan Day. It is gorgeous out here. We're watching a horse behind us there get its early morning bath, and that's really part of the fun about being out here at the Stakes Barn. We've seen trainer Dwayne Lucas.
Touch of daylight out there, a beautiful look. Always the prettiest shot here at Pimlico when the sun comes up and shines right there on the grandstands. I can tell you it's still dark enough. I can see a few planets in the sky as well. So if you're out stargazing right now, you're going to notice how hot it is. You step outside, you feel the heat and the humidity already, and it's only going to heat up as the day goes on. So dress for the heat, prepare for the heat, start hydrating now, even before you come out to Preakness during the day, and then make sure you're drinking water regularly throughout the day. It makes a huge difference. Coming up, though, we're going to talk to one of our favorite handicappers to know how he places bets and maybe give you some tips if you want to play along at home. Let's head back to Taylor Grenda in the Weather Center, and I mean, you feel it already, Taylor, as you step out right now.
Morning on this Black-Eyed Susan Day, so let's head back out to Jason live at Pimlico Racecourse this morning to continue our annual tradition. Good morning. I really love the red pants.
You're liking the red pants?
Yes.
May have to bring that into the everyday, the weekly rotation.
Yeah.
We'll see. Listen, speaking of the rotation here, we've had plenty of horses come through. In fact, I don't know if, Mike, if you could see making their way through the grandstand. There's been a lot of activity throughout the morning here at Pimlico, and there was some worry that maybe we wouldn't see this type of activity year after year again, because there was some worry that maybe Pimlico wouldn't be the home of the Preakness. And we learned about 2 years ago that the General Assembly going ahead and making it happen, and it's all through some bond sales. As you look at some video now, 11 News, we had learned that construction would begin next summer. Track renovations will be finished by 2026. And best of all, during this time, the Preakness Stakes will not have to relocate. The track will be moved by 30 degrees. That'll give them a chance to do a little more development. You'll see this area grow. Here's a timetable so that you know. It's coming from the Maryland Stadium Authority. They say construction should begin late summer 2023. The following year, crews will knock down the permanent grandstands. 2025, they'll tear down the clubhouse, and a new clubhouse is expected to be built in 2026. And that's all when the renovations are expected to be completed.
There's only one chance to get this right. It's going to be there for the next 30, 50 years. And I think the stakeholders taken the time, or took the time, to develop a program that they really wanted, and it's just advancing that program at this point.
As many as 10 agreements, including transferring Pimlico to city ownership, must be signed before bonds can be issued to pay for the project. Community input will be sought later this summer. Now, if you are coming today or tomorrow, just keep in mind you will not be able to bring your personal shade, as in an umbrella, and you will not be able to bring food or drink from the outside. It's all here for you. Also, you're not allowed to bring in a backpack or duffel bag. You can bring a clear bag. If you do, it has to be 18 by 18, and those bags will be searched. As we're saying, a beautiful morning for us here as we look down the track and the horses come by. Also a beautiful back by the Stakes Barn where Jen Franciotti is standing by, and talk about coordinating. So you went with the all red at the beginning, and that wasn't far enough. So you decided, let me switch the red to the yellow. So I need a wardrobe change.
Yeah, you have yellow pants that you can change into, Jason. I don't know. I'm liking the red very, very much so. You could. And let me tell you about that 18 by 18 bag. You would be surprised how much women can fit in that bag. We can cram an awful lot, maybe even an extra pashmina or two. Not that we're going to need it because the weather is going to be hot, hot, hot. And there's a lot of action already happening here at the Stakes Barn where we've been seeing trainers go around with their horses. We've been seeing bath time this morning. A little more activity now as we get ready for Black-Eyed Susan Day. And it is a packed day. The action for racing all kicks off this morning at 11:30. That's when the
Flight out of BWI, no trouble around the airport, Maryland 100, and the BW Parkway are running on time. That's the latest on your drive. I'll send it back to you.
Back here, Philip. Well, listen, we're all getting excited, stargazing, I guess sun gazing this morning as it comes to the weather out here. It's a beautiful start.
I know.
And you have to be ready with the outfit. And there's somebody who is ready.
Wait for this. She is matching the sunrise right now.
Right,
Let's head to Miss Sunrise herself.
Let's go there now before we miss this whole thing.
You guys are cracking me up for sure. I tell you what, thank you for admiring this outfit, but it is all made possible by Christine Moore from CAMERAPERSON, and she is providing some of our hats for us. They're on loan, so we have to send them back, but we'll enjoy them while we have them. And the sunrise, I don't think I've ever seen a more beautiful sunrise on Black-Eyed Susan Day. It is gorgeous out here. We're watching a horse behind us there get its early morning bath, and that's really part of the fun about being out here at the Stakes Barn. We've seen trainer D. Wayne Lucas, who has been a...
When news breaks, WPAL TV 11 News Sky Team 11 takes you straight to the scene.
Sky Team 11 is there right now.
Leading the way with late-breaking news, traffic alerts, and severe weather. Trust WPAL TV Sky Team 11 for breaking news coverage. Jason Newton, Mindy Becerra, weekday mornings on 11 News. Live, local, late-breaking. This is WPAL TV 11 News Saturday morning.
Good morning and welcome to 11 News Saturday morning. It is Preakness Day here in Baltimore as the racing world turns its attention to the middle jewel of the Triple Crown. And we have complete team coverage today. 11 News reporter Tommy Clark is live at the Stakes Barn. Taylor is tracking our race day forecast, but we do begin with Ava Marie, who is live at Pimlico with the first look at some of the conditions there. And Ava, I love your look. You are in Raven's purple, by the way. I'm loving that.
Oh, knew you'd love it. But I tell you, I went very practical today. I wore a cotton thin dress, one that can really withstand the heat today, because that will be the big story that we're talking about as everyone comes here to celebrate the Preakness. It is warm already. You step outside, it feels like you've walked right into a sauna. I mean, the temperatures are already close to 80 degrees and it's only going to get hotter, feeling more of that humidity as well. So the heat will be something we talk about for not only the attendees, but the horses. Lots of things will be going on to keep people safe. And of course, still going to be a lot of fun, even with the hot weather. So we'll be talking about some of the events coming up and the performers here at Preakness. A lot to talk about on this big 147th running of the Preakness. Let's head back into the studio with Taylor Grenda. And Taylor, at least what a stunning morning. I mean, it's simply gorgeous to be outside. Now would be the time for an outdoor workout for anyone, just because it's the cooler part of the day. It's only going to get hotter as the day goes on. At least we are starting out with dry weather, and most of today should be dry, although we've added a slight chance for a thunderstorm, and the big focus is the heat. So let's head back to the studio with Taylor with weather. And really, one of the hottest Preaknesses we dealt with in quite some time. You're really going to have to think about your outfit strategically. Less makeup, something to cover up the sun, and let's all just admit we're going to look sweaty.
Exactly. A lot of powder for the face if you're wearing makeup. And guys, best bet is just wear shorts out there.
If you do, it has to be 18 by 18, and those bags will be searched. As we're saying, a beautiful morning for us here as we look down the track and the horses come by. Also a beautiful back by the Steaks Bar where Jen Franciotti is standing by, and talk about coordinating. So you went with the all red at the beginning, and that wasn't far enough. So you decided, let me switch the red to the yellow. So I need a wardrobe change.
Yeah, you have yellow pants that you can change into, Jason. I don't know. I'm liking the red very, very much so. You could. Let me tell you about that 18 by 18 bag. You would be surprised how much women can fit in that bag.
Don't win here. That's the picture we paint here in the 147th running of the Preakness Stakes, and it is a picture that will not include a Triple Crown winner at the end of the Belmont this year, nor a Triple Crown hopeful at the end of the Preakness today, but it could be a day of history. We could see our 7th filly win the 7th Preakness for trainer D. Wayne Lucas. All that magic and more lies ahead in our live coverage of the 147th running of the Preakness Stakes.
Today's airport.
Baltimore welcomes the nation and the eyes of horse racing fans all across America today for the second jewel of the Triple Crown, a 9-horse field that will break from the gates in the 13th race at Pimlico this afternoon, the 3rd Saturday in May, always designated for the Preakness Stakes. It is a day of fashion. Today it is a day of finding a way to stay cool, finding some shade, and of course trying a way to pick a winner. The winner you pick today will not have Triple Crown hopes. They did not carry into Baltimore from Louisville 2 weeks ago. Rich Strike choosing to skip the Preakness in favor of the Belmont. But even without the Triple Crown hopes, the crowds have returned today for the first time in a couple of years. They've come for the entertainment, they've come for the fun, and they have come for the sun. Jerry Sandusky, Lacey Griffith with you as we continue our live coverage leading up to this afternoon's 147th running of the Preakness Stakes.
And we are not alone. We have team coverage this afternoon to make sure you're getting all the action from around Pimlico. We have Pete Gilbert at the Steaks Barn. He's been there since 2006, keeping us informed. Meteorologist Tom Tasselmeyer on the rooftop telling us about exactly how hot it's feeling out here. We have Jason Newton and Ashley Hinson at Turfside Terrace having a little fun, and Andre Hepkins in the grandstands. We're seeing how things have settled back to normal after a few challenging years here with coronavirus.
And
With Jason and Ava.
And I'm noticing the shine. Powder up, ladies.
Oh, no.
If you can have room in your purse, powder might be a key thing to have. Even better, this one has sunscreen in it.
Look at you, you're prepared for everything.
91 today. We're watching for an isolated shower or storm midday. Won't last long, so not a big issue for today, but it wouldn't hurt to maybe have a light poncho in your bag if you can bring it. Tomorrow is just the heat. That's what you're going to be dressing for at 95 degrees, and then we are cooling off next week as we drop back into the 70s.
All right, looking forward to seeing you all out here for Black Eye Susan Day. Then on to the Preakness tomorrow, Mindy. A lot of fun.
Yeah, absolutely. Have a great day, everybody. The Today Show is next, and enjoy the weekend as well. See you Monday.
Is coming up and shining right there on the grandstands, and I love seeing all the work being done behind me because it goes to show just how many people it takes to get this race course ready for the big event, not only for the people, but the horses as well. So we've been seeing tractors go around and not only spray down the dirt. They call it a dirt track, but it looks like sand. So they're spraying it down to keep it from getting dusty, and then now they're grading it to give it that nice smooth texture as well. And interesting, something I learned, Jerry Sandusky always puts out a big packet of information. And in that packet, it told us that the reason it's called Old Hilltop is there used to be a hill in the center, in the infield, and that's where they would watch, where the trainers would watch and try to get a scope of how their horses were doing, but they didn't like how it blocked the view from the grandstand, so eventually it tore it down. But if you were ever wondering why they call it Old Hilltop, there actually used to be a hill right there. It is stunning here this morning, though. What a beautiful view as the sun is coming up, and it does feel a little more comfortable now. We get that little bit of a breeze right at sunrise, but now with the sun, it's only going to get hotter. Let's head back to the studio with Taylor Grenda, and thankfully, it's not like a July humidity, but it's definitely more humid than we're used to for this time of year.
Exactly, and that's a key point. It's certainly going to be worse than what we're currently used to. So again,
Black Eyed Susan Day. That means Pimlico Racecourse is all set up and ready to go for the next 2 days of races and fun. Jason, safety is always top of mind, right?
Yeah, safety is always top of mind. You know what? I hesitate to say the racing is secondary, but let me tell you, this has become a whole experience through today and then into tomorrow as well. Just so many people out here to catch the horses, but also a lot of good entertainment. So the key is to keep them all safe, and there's one man in charge of that. That's Major Michael Singletary, who's here last year with us. Join us once again. Good to see you, man.
Good morning. Good morning. Welcome back to Old Hilltop.
Yeah, you know, the numbers aren't capped this year. It's not just 250 people. You can have the whole shebang again.
I'm just so happy to have all our fans back. No COVID restrictions. You know, if a fan wants to come and wear face coverings, then they're so welcome to do.
Tell me about, because you have so much going on, how does your job change when you have concerts and you have the racing going on?
I just got good partners from a security standpoint. Major Corbett with the Baltimore City Police Department, the fire department. They're just going to make sure that this event for the whole weekend is safe.
When we're coming out, what should people keep in mind? Because some people might want to bring an umbrella to keep the sun out of their face, or a bag with all kinds of goodies in it.
So no umbrellas, no chairs, but they could go to the Preakness website to just look for our prohibited items, 18 by 18, 20 by 20 plastic bags to get into the building. And of course, for our ladies that may have some concerns about the pocketbooks, just regular size pocketbooks, no oversized beach type bags in the facility or the infield.
Does that stand the same for every event? So regardless if you're here for the Preakness or if you're here to see Megan Thee Stallion or whatever, all the same rules apply?
It is, because it is a safety event. You know, everybody's got to go through the control points for the bags, but it just make the ingress into the facility a whole lot easier for our security teams that's manning all the control points.
Listen, I'm not going to age you, but you were just telling me that you've been through quite a few Preakness events so far in your lifetime. Just tell me about what it means for you to come out year after year.
This is my 32nd Preakness, so I think I'm more excited just because of not just the Maryland Jockey Club, but our first team, you know, first health and safety when it comes to equine, first racing, to put on a wonderful race for the Black Eye Susie this weekend, the Georgie Mitchell Black Eye Susie race, and then just from the first entertainment that's putting on the Great Preakness Live tonight from 3 to 10. We got, of course, Megan Thee Stallion. We got the Miss Lauryn Hill. We got D Nice. We got Brittany Spencer. We got the Soul Orchestra coming in. It's just going to be a fabulous, beautiful day here at Old Top, 147th running of the Preakness Stakes.
And look, I brought you in to talk about security, and you did the whole thing. The PR department's going to hire you now. Mike Singletary's always.
But we just want everybody to know, if you come into this facility from a traffic standpoint, or you coming in just from a safety and security standpoint, I could attest that we got the top security companies, the Baltimore City Fire Department, just make sure that everybody gets to the facility safe and leave in a safe manner.
I believe you take care of us every year. Thank you, Mike. Always good to see you. Mindy, they got us all taken care of. No, Mike is prepared. He came. You need to know something. This is the man you need to talk to.
Mike sold it. Let me tell you. If you were like, I don't think I want to go, now you're like, yeah, I'm going.
Yeah, if you're on the fence after hearing from him, you're coming. You're going to get a ticket.
Absolutely. All right, thanks, Jason. We'll see you in a little bit. And Lacey and Taylor, we've been jealous looking at that shot all morning long. It's beautiful.
Oh, man, that sunrise, it's something this morning. Hard to beat. Oh, so great. Well, roads are pretty quiet around Baltimore. There is now an area of slow speeds northbound on the BW Parkway in South Laurel. We'll take a closer look.
Certainly a warm start, and it's going to be hot and humid the next couple of days. Could see a couple of storms out there today as well. So let's check on that forecast coming up.
We're all new with Jean Smart from Hacks. Plus, it's High Tea with Alan Leach from Downton Abbey.
And just get today at 10 on TV 11.
Live, local, late breaking. This is WBAL TV 11 News Today.
What a day here at Pimlico Racecourse as we get prepared for Black Eyed Susan Day, all leading up to Saturday, the Preakness 147. The last 3 years have been, let's say, trying times to get to a normal, quote-unquote, Preakness as we get the usual crowd back in the infield, the grandstand, everyone's ready.
But the temperature will be anything but normal.
Not exactly welcoming.
This will be one of the hottest Preaknesses that we have seen in the last 30 years, if ever.
Oh, my God.
So we're going to crank up the heat and humidity for the next couple of days.
How hot are you talking?
just wait and see.
Yeah,
Okay,
fine.
61 degrees right now, so it feels really great. We are noticing a kind of a cool breeze with sunrise. Humidity at 90% though, so that is creeping up. Dew points will be here when the sun is coming up.
It's absolutely beautiful. I think you just probably saw some of the horses galloping this morning, so that's always fun to watch. Yeah, very nice morning.
And you know, the grandstand is so iconic, but a lot of changes are going to be happening here in the next few years, all for the better, all for the community as well. What makes Preakness so important to the community here in Baltimore?
Well, I mean, it's such, this race is 147 years old. It's really steeped in tradition, and some of the legends of our sport have competed here. I mean, a legend will be made today as well. So, you know, if you're a fan of horse racing, which horse racing is in the fiber of Maryland, I mean, this is the place to be today. I mean, we're going to have some great racing, and there's going to be a champion crown today.
Yeah, what are you looking forward to when the renovations come about?
Well, you know, we always want to try to elevate the experience. That's been our goal for the last couple of years, is try to really elevate the experience for people coming to the racetrack, to have a nice lunch and, you know, a nice day at the races. So, you know, definitely the amenities, we're trying to improve that so people can, you know, have a good experience. So.
And now it is going to be a very hot day. That's kind of unique to this Preakness, just how hot it's going to be. So I was thankful to hear that there's going to be water stations in each area. I know you guys are thinking a lot about the precautions for the people here today.
Yes, we have water stations and we have hoses. We also have ice blankets. And there's two actually variables that we look at, not just the temperature. We look at heat stress index, which takes the humidity into consideration. And we also take a look at another variable, which is even more valuable. It's called the wet bulb globe temperature.
Yes, yeah, we talked about that with the veterinarian. I love the meteorologist in me. Ding, ding, ding. Yes, love that. So you're talking about the horses, no ice blankets for the guests.
Yeah, we have water for the guests, and you know, we have someplace air conditioning, so hopefully they can stay healthy as well.
Yes, of course we want the horses to be safe. We want the people to be safe as well. So on a hot day like today, what advice might you have for people coming out?
Yeah, stay hydrated. I mean, that's the most important. Stay hydrated. If you're feeling a little bit hot, try to get some shade or whatever. We have covers everywhere, and we're going to have water everywhere. So that's the most important for sure.
Wonderful,
and have
Mike.
fun.
Yes, of course. And Mike, thank you for joining me. And you know, we will get to see the grandstand next year as well, right? And then the following year is when it's torn down?
That's the hope. Yeah, we're still working through some of the more details on that, but that is the hope. But
wonderful.
These things take time sometimes.
Yeah.
That's the hope.
Well, we can't wait to see the changes. Thank you for joining me here this morning on this very hot Preakness day. And lovely to see the crews working hard this morning, getting the track ready. Back to you, Jen.
Thanks a lot, Ava. Appreciate it. Well, now that we know that the ice blankets are for the horses, I wonder.
Live, local, late breaking. This is WBAL TV 11 News Saturday morning.
And welcome back to Preakness Saturday morning. We're going to send it right back out to meteorologist Ava Marie, tracking conditions at Pimlico Racecourse ahead of today's race. I mean, I'm liking this. Water bottle stations, umbrellas for the fans, this RV people can go into.
I know, a cooling station.
Yeah.
That is going to be the VIP place to be today. And I just heard the speakers kick on in the infield, so they're prepping the music. Oh, I don't know if you can hear it through the mic, but I can feel it. I can feel the bass here. So we're getting excited for the infield. We're going to talk about some of the entertainment that people will see coming out to it today, and also some fashion advice on such a hot day. Are there any beauty tricks that you can do to stay looking good and feeling comfortable? We're going to be talking about that coming up. But that is the real story today, the heat. We are thankful we don't have to talk about thunderstorms like we did yesterday, but the hot weather will be the big focus in the forecast. Let's head back to Taylor Grenda in the Weather Center, and it makes all the difference if you can get in some sort of shade today. So thankfully with a hat, it makes your own shade.
That's right. Well, besides the race itself, one of the biggest parts of Preakness is really all about the fashion, as thousands of people will be attending today's event dressed up in some of their finest. And Ava, you are now joined by someone who knows a little something about Preakness fashion, Lana Ray.
Yes, Lana is going to save us all today in this heat. Lana, you probably have some really great tips working in the fashion industry, and we have some beautiful models that you're going to bring out. So let's start with some things that you've picked out for this hot weather.
Yes, I have some inspiration. So anyone who hasn't figured out what they're wearing today, I've got some ideas for you guys. So let's get into it. Let's bring our first model. So this is Jocelyn coming out. She's wearing a peach fitted dress. It's by the INC. This is from the Macy's in Towson. It cinches at the front. It is lightweight. It's airy, so it's going to be a hot day. So this is a great dress for today. I love the color. It's vibrant. It's not quite neon. It's not quite pastel. And a perfect,
peachy.
and the perfect hat for today.
Because
a wide brim.
A wide brim, so you've got the shade, but it looks thin enough that it's going to breathe.
It's thin enough where she can breathe. She can also, it's actually made to see through the top of the brim because it's sheer. So if she were to tip it down, she could see through the hat and get her shade today. So I love this look. That's Jocelyn. Fabulous. Okay, so let's bring up our next model. This is Lashira. This is a very garden, whimsical type of look. I love the dress. This is a lavender floral dress. It's by INC.
And that pop of color at the bottom is beautiful.
It's so beautiful. And this silhouette is very flattering for like any type of body shape. They call it a fit and flare.
Yes, I love the fit and flare.
I love the fit and
Especially
flare.
when I came back from having children, having a baby, fit and flare was my friend.
And Lashira is actually a new mom, so this is like perfect for her. Yeah, so the fit and flare is beautiful. I love the style, the pattern, the colors. And on her head, she's wearing a Cinnamay pillbox fascinator. Again, it's very lightweight, it's very dainty, it's very eye-catching.
Yeah, kind of, and it's also nice to have the option of being off your head mud so that your hair can breathe as well. Beautiful.
Exactly.
Okay. Now let's bring out a gentleman.
Okay, so I've got an outfit for the guys, and this is great, especially for today. It's going to be hot, so if the guys don't necessarily want to do a full-on suit, they can still be in theme. Florals.
This is very in. This little more casual look, but very classy. I mean, it still looks like he worked hard to put this outfit together.
Exactly. It's like the perfect balance of putting effort but looking effortless.
Yes.
And that's kind of what this is.
I hope Jason Newton is watching because our anchor, I kept trying to tell him to wear shorts. I said, it's going to be so hot, you got to wear shorts.
Yes. Jason, show us some leg. Show us some leg today. Okay,
another great outfit for the heat coming up.
Yes, so this is Maya Rajay coming up. So this is a very super cute, it's almost like nautical, kind of whimsical look. Again, this is a great fabric choice. It's very lightweight. It's like a lightweight cotton short dress. To me, it's all about the hat.
Yes.
Right?
That's stunning.
It's like amazing. And again, it's a brim hat, so she'll get some shade. It's got the butterflies up top. So very beautiful hat. This is great for today. Very airy.
And let's talk about your outfit because you're always stunning.
My outfit is also, you know what? I'm going to be honest. This is a little too hot for today.
Well, you look great.
This is a little too hot for today, but I love, like, neons are also very much on trend. So I love neons. So.
And I follow you on social, on Instagram all the time because I love seeing everything that you're doing, even throughout the year.
Thank you. Thank you. Yeah, anyone can follow me. I'm at It's Lana Ray, ITS. Lana Ray, that's my Instagram. So I'm going to be posting some more looks and some behind the scenes.
I will say I kind of rethought my outfit as I knew it was going to be hot. I went a little more casual, and I think I blended in. Yeah.
Exactly. I think, you know, the keys, especially for a hot day, is choose your fabrics wisely, right? Okay. Not only the type of fabric, but the colors.
Yes.
Lightweight is perfect. Neons, pastels, brights. You don't want to go too dark today.
And let's be real, like, we're all going to sweat today. So
you're going to sweat regardless.
So bring, honestly, a towel. That's one thing I did not bring, and I wish I would have, because you can dab a bit. Obviously, you can add powder, but at this point, we need a towel.
And in my purse, I keep a mini hairspray. I keep my setting spray. I do keep, you know, a paper towel so you can dab your face, because we want to be beautiful. Even though we're hot, we want to stay beautiful.
And hot.
Beautiful and
not
hot.
a hot mess.
Right, not a hot mess.
That's our goal for
That's
today.
our goal, yeah. And all the outfits came from the Macy's at Towson.
Great. I love that you can easily find an outfit for Preakness.
Yes, and I want to say thank you to Vilisa Toll. She helped style the looks for today. And the hats are from Sonia Boutique.
Oh, nailed it. They look stunning. They're going to do our best to stay cool today. Great fashion tips if you want to rethink your outfit. This may be the way to go. We'll head back to you guys in the studio.
For sure. And I like what you said earlier, too. Maybe bring a church fan with you, because there's going to be a lot of this going on today.
I know, I missed it. I should have brought a fan, too.
It's okay. You're helping everyone else. Remember to bring one. All right, Ava, we'll check back in with you in just a little while. Stay with us. Still ahead in our next half hour of 11 News Saturday morning.
Running of the Preakness Stakes. I'm Tommy Clark at Pimlico Racecourse. Coming up, we have everything to expect on the racetrack and out in the infield. That's coming up.
And it's certainly going to be a hot one out there. Already is now. I'll have a check on what to expect coming up.
Old Hilltop. Live from Pimlico Racetrack, WBAL-TV presents Preakness 2022. Sponsored by Martin State Airport.
On the day we designate as the unofficial start of spring in Baltimore, instead it is summer that has arrived, along with the hats and the fashion and the 147th running of the Preakness Stakes. Temperatures will reach the mid-90s, and that will be nothing to measure against the thrill of those who will pick the winner today in a race that will not have a Triple Crown hopeful, but does have plenty of storylines that we will share with you in the coming hours leading up to today's race.
But back to normal this year after last year and the year before, quite abnormal with the pandemic bringing the crowds down. We're now ready to see 9 horses take on the Preakness later this afternoon. It is a beautiful day in Baltimore, although a little hot.
It is a bit on the warm side. Jerry Sandusky, Lacey Griffith with you. A pleasure to have your company today as we get you set for the annual tradition on the 3rd Saturday in May, the running of the Preakness Stakes. And as we mentioned, typically the storyline coming into Baltimore is, will the Triple Crown hopes leave Baltimore? Well, they never arrived this time around. We have a horse named Skippy Longstocking, but the big story coming in was the Triple Crown hopeful skipping Baltimore.
Right, and everybody looking forward to the Triple Crown. Not the case. It was a wild Kentucky Derby with Rich Strike coming out of nowhere. So we're hoping for some excitement at the Preakness this year.
We have a filly in the race looking to make history. We have a trainer who could become the oldest ever to saddle a winner. We have all kinds of storylines, and we have a full team of Channel 11 talent here to bring those storylines to you as we check in around the track. Pete Gilbert will anchor the coverage down at the Stakes Barn, talking with all of the connections leading up to today's race.
And we have Jason Newton and Ashley Hinson at the Turfside Terrace, and Andre Hepkins in the grandstand for us this afternoon.
And up on the roof, where it is plenty hot, it's Tom Tasselmeyer. We always try to make sure we ensure good weather by having the chief up on the roof. And he did bring the sun, but he may have brought it in a little bit too much of abundance.
More of a Memorial Day weekend feel, or summer, but hey, it could be worse. It could be cold and rain.
Well, Lacey, as you mentioned, the Preakness is not a standalone event. It is the second part of a 3-chapter story. The first chapter taking place, of course, 2 weeks ago in Louisville, Kentucky at Churchill Downs with the running of the Kentucky Derby, a Derby that would produce the biggest upset of all time, an 80-1 long shot, Rich Strike running along the rail. Epicenter, the favorite, likely the favorite again today, thought he had the win in hand when suddenly Rich Strike came out of nowhere, passed him on the inside, and stunned the crowd of more than 150,000 who thought, who was that who just won? Race was called, and you never heard Rich Strike's name until the very finish line when it was blurted out, Rich Strike has pulled off the upset, passing Epicenter to win the Kentucky Derby. And the reason we don't see Rich Strike on the racing form today in Baltimore is his connections weeks before the Kentucky Derby had a very simple attack plan. They were going to run in either the Kentucky Derby or the Preakness. They chose the Derby, but they don't believe their horse was strong enough to make the 2-week turn to win here in the Preakness. Instead, they'll take the 5-week rest and wait until the Belmont, which then puts Epicenter back into the spotlight. Even though he was not in the winner's circle, Epicenter will likely again be the favorite by the time we reach the break from the gate.
And we do have 3 horses that ran in the Derby that will be running today. Simplification, Happy Jack, and Epicenter will all be here. So still some excitement, maybe some favorites. You said the filly is also a fan favorite, I think, running Secret Oath. So we have a couple long shots to Fenwick. I feel like the name Fenwick makes us feel like there's a local connection just because of Fenwick, Delaware. But a long shot, so you never know what'll happen.
One thing that history does say is long shots are going to have a harder time than anybody who doesn't have sunscreen today. Long shots don't usually fare well in the Preakness, but it's a wide open field of 9, and we'll see how the day unfolds. We do know the day is going to unfold with heat as we head up to the roof of the grandstand to check in with Chief Meteorologist Tom Tasselmeyer.
Hey there, Jerry. Yeah, it is a hot Preakness day, no doubt about it. I don't know if they're going to be able to set records for the track. Secretariat's record is probably intact. We'll see. But we could set a record for the hottest Preakness. I mean, the hottest one we ever had, when we look at the graphic here, was in 1962, exactly 60 years ago, when the temperature soared to 98 degrees on the 19th of May, 1962. Now, that may not be a record that we're going to get to today, but the heat is definitely going to guarantee a fast track. The second hottest one was in 1945, and that year they ran it in June, so you would expect more heat then. The last time we hit the 90s was in 1998. We are in the 90s already here at Pimlico, 92 degrees, and it feels like 97, and I can attest to that up here on the roof. It is hot and steamy with a southwest breeze at 6 miles an hour. Now, whenever we build up the heat and the humidity, we've got to keep an eye on the sky to see if any random thunderstorms pop up.
The fans are back. The horses are resting up. 7:01 is post time when the horses will break from the gate in the 13th race of the day. Until then, there's work to be done out of the stakes barn. Most of the work has been put in leading up to today. Now it's the focus on keeping the horses comfortable and the waiting game as we wait to see who they will crown as a Preakness champion in 2022. It will not be a Triple Crown winner. It will not be a horse like Sir Barton or Justify, the two of the 13 that have won all 3 legs of the Triple Crown, the Kentucky Derby, the Preakness, and the Belmont. Today, however, it could be history with a filly. We'll find out as we continue our live coverage leading up to the Preakness Stakes.
Today's Preakness coverage is brought to you by NJM. No jingles or mascots, just great insurance.
Got a bad draw before this thing even started.
And barely squeaking in that name, 18 characters. I mean, there can be no space in there. Skippy Longstocking took advantage of each and every letter.
In Under the Wire, which you're going to want to do on Preakness Saturday. We have so much to cover and so many people we will talk to get you set as we lead up to the 147th running of the Preakness Stakes. When we come back, we'll check in with our team all around the track. We'll take a look at the crowd as it begins to return to normal. Remember, last year only 10,000 because of COVID. The year before 250. The crowd numbers will swell. The adrenaline will build as we bring you closer to the Preakness Stakes.
Today's Preakness coverage.
Good morning. And it occurred to me, the way it looks right now this morning, it's not going to be like that for very long.
Yeah, here's the thing. Like, you know, we always talk about bringing the sweat towel in your back pocket, the church fan, the large brim hat. You're going to need all of it as far as that kind of look. Also, the kind of look you may be talking about is empty now, but I'm telling you what, this place has seen crowds upwards of, 140-some thousand, I think, at the biggest. I think they're going to have a big crowd. It might be a sweaty crowd, but it'll be a big crowd for the next 2 days. But remember, we thought that we wouldn't see any crowd. That wasn't that long ago. You and I interviewed the governor out on the infield wondering if this race could stay in Baltimore, and we have learned recently that it will. It won't move, and they'll actually get a facelift here, and it's all been going through the General Assembly for about 2 years now, and bond sales made the difference, and now we'll be able to keep the Preakness here in Park Heights. At 11 News, we've learned that construction will begin next summer. Track renovations will be finished by 2026, and best of all, during that time, the Preakness Stakes will not have to relocate. The track will be moved about 30 degrees. It'll still be a mile long, and there will be plenty of development. This whole area will be transformed. There's also a timetable in place by the Maryland Stadium Authority so you can keep track of that progress. The construction, it should start late summer 2023. The following year, crews will go ahead and knock down the permanent grandstands, and then in 2025, we'll tear down the clubhouse. That new clubhouse is expected to be built in 2026. And
live, local, late breaking. This is WBAL TV 11 News Today.
What a day here at Pimlico Racecourse as we get prepared for Black Eyed Susan Day, all leading up to Saturday, the Preakness 147. The last 3 years have been, let's say, trying times to get to a normal, quote-unquote, Preakness as we get the usual crowd back in the infield, the grandstand, everyone's ready.
But the temperature will be anything but normal.
Not exactly welcoming.
This will be one of the hottest Preaknesses that we have seen in the last 30 years, if ever.
Oh, my God.
So we're going to crank up the heat and humidity for the next couple of days.
How hot are you talking?
Just wait and see,
yeah,
okay?
Fine.
61 degrees right now, so it feels really great. We are noticing a kind of a cool breeze with sunrise. Humidity at 90% though, so that is creeping up. Dew points will be in the mid-60s today, so not a summer humidity.
In attendance at the race than the horses?
I think we probably should be when you consider what the sun and the drinking and the combination and a couple of hours of listening to Moneybag Yo could do to your general health.
I think you're his #1 fan.
I love Moneybag Yo.
Well, let's go out with Tom Tasselmeyer, chief meteorologist. He is checking in on the forecast because this could be a record-breaking day temperature-wise for Baltimore for the Preakness Stakes. Hey, Tom.
Hi there, Lacey. Yeah, we are talking possible records today. Down in Baltimore, the record for just any day in the on the 21st day of May is 96, and we could get to that. The record for a Preakness is 98 degrees. That was 60 years ago, so we could threaten that as well.
Closer look this morning. Moving north and west of the city, major highways through Westminster, Hampstead, Finksburg, all running on time. If you're taking things into downtown, 95 at 295 and 395 look good as you head in and out of the city with very light volume. In Howard County, no issues on US 29 as you travel through Columbia and Ellicott City, just 9 minutes from 70 down to Maryland 32. And if you're traveling on the BW Parkway this morning, things are still looking pretty good. You can see a lot of traffic, but moving fine. 19 minutes from our Beltway to the Capitol Beltway. Nearby 95 looks good too. That's latest on your commute. Mindy, over to you.
Thank you, Lacey. It's 5:21. Well, Preakness weekend is here, and it's Black-Eyed Susan Day. That means Pimlico Racecourse is all set up, ready to go for the next 2 days of races and fun. And Jason, one thing that will stay the same this year, there will be hats and even maybe some face masks, especially for the big day, right?
Listen, there'll be all kinds of things. I listened to you and Ava and Lacey. You were all planning your outfits, and I just thought, oh, I'll put on a bow tie. But now, then Margie Hicks comes. I got to get my hat game together. I'm so behind.
Up to my game.
Look at that.
Woo, I have blossomed.
Margie, it's good to see you again.
Good to see you.
How you been?
I've been good. I'm glad to be back here at Preakness again.
Yeah. Well, we're learning that every hat has a personality. It almost matches a person.
Yes.
Like the one you have on right now. Not everybody can pull that off.
Yes, this is one of my couture designs.
Yeah.
And of course, this is like your showstopper. You walk in the room, you don't have to say anything. The hat says it all.
Yes.
Yes. Today is the day you want the hat to speak first.
And same just like your hat. It's beautiful. It makes you look gorgeous, festive, whimsical, all at the same time, but elegant.
Yes,
yes.
Margie, I was saying all those words too.
Yes.
Yes. Listen, you brought ladies with you today. I guess we're going to have them come through to just show some of the fashion that is here. You can dress the hat up any way you want. Who you have with you?
So I have with me today, I have Jetta, Crystal, and Yaz. And what they are modeling is Fascinator. So we have Jetta with the black and yellow on because today is Black-Eyed Susan Day. And we want to honor that culture of Preakness and the Black-Eyed Susan. Also, we have Crystal here. We have her with a tan blush color hat. And we have Yaz with another Fascinator where if you're wearing yellow, you can also incorporate that black and white into that as well. So ladies, this is the look of today. The Fascinators are hot, trending, yellow, saturated yellow, yellow, yellow for today, for the Ladies' Day.
And look how they pop with the sun.
Yeah, even the sun is jumping in on it.
And Cinnamate is everything because it's light, it lets the air in, but it protects you from the sun.
You're thinking about the heat. You saw the forecast.
Yes. But I haven't forgot about you,
I know,
Jason.
and now listen, I have to admit, I was blessed with a gigantic head. So not every hat works for me.
But you can't say a gigantic head. I love all heads. I love all
right, well,
heads.
tell me this. Listen, I'll put it on and you style it for me.
Okay.
I'll hold your mic for you.
Okay, thank you.
So
what you want to do, this is a fedora.
Okay.
And so this is light, this is airy, made of Panama. What you want to do is hold your head up for me, and you want to flip down that brim and kind of cock that to the side.
Yeah. A little attitude.
And have that little attitude. Attitude? You want to have a little attitude, so turn around and what does everybody think about this?
What about that, huh?
Oh,
is this me or
Jason,
is this me?
you're looking good. Oh, I like it.
This could be trouble.
That's what I'm saying. Yes, I love it. I love it.
It is always good to see you. Good to see you folks out
to be
joining
here.
us.
We will be at the grandstand, and we'll also be in the infield today. So ladies, if they want to come and buy their hats, they can buy them right here at the grandstand and in the infield as well.
In the correct name of the business so I don't mess it up.
It is Margie Hats.
Mindy Becerra's Margie Hats.
I know. We're taking on a whole new persona.
Yes, absolutely.
Back to you, Mindy.
I was just saying, I need some of those hats because then I'll be taller.
Mindy says she wants a hat so she can be a little taller. It all counts, Mindy.
And Jason, that looks great on you. That's
Why,
the winner
thank
right there, for sure. All right, see you in a little bit. Well, it's time to find out what you can hear on the radio this morning with Brian Neiman and C4. And Brian joins us from the studio upstairs. Good morning, Brian. Are you there?
I'm here. Can you hear me?
There you are.
No hat on today. Yeah, someone's got to tell Jason to take the tag off the hat. You can't walk around with the tag on the hat.
Can't do that.
Hey, listen, some members of the City Council have written a letter to the police commissioner demanding a...
Live at Pimlico Racecourse this morning to continue our annual tradition. Good morning. I really love the red pants.
You're liking the red pants? May have to bring that into the everyday, the weekly rotation.
Yeah.
We'll see. Listen, speaking of the rotation here, we had plenty of horses come through. In fact, I don't know if Mike, if you could see, making their way through the grandstand. There's been a lot of activity throughout the morning here at Pimlico, and there was some worry that maybe we wouldn't see this type of activity year after year again, because there was some worry that maybe Pimlico wouldn't be the home of the Preakness. And we learned about 2 years ago that the General Assembly going ahead and making it happen is all through some bond sales. You're